Oh, they have a new setup. This is live chat. They have a different setup now. Learn more. Privacy. Abide by our community guidelines. Okay. I guess we'll begin now. I have the light on this time. Get this all set up. Hello. Welcome. Wow, I'm glad you're here. Usually I have to wait for a while before people join. You're right on time. Just getting set up here. So I guess I learned something new about falling coconuts. They were saying 150 people a year die from falling coconuts, which is kind of odd and strange. I guess that's the last thing you probably wouldn't see anything. You'd probably just feel this. That's all right. My life is busy too. My mom and I were out doing some errands. I had a doctor's appointment, and they reduced 2 of my medications. I don't know if you need to know that, but I just sharing. And what else? Yeah, we did a little grocery shopping. So anyway, we're done doing our busy work. So now I can sit and do a chat slash stream. I guess this is I've heard it called a stream, a live stream, a chat. But yeah, but it is kind of nice that I'm able to read the chats, to do things in real time. It's Friday for those on I guess, this hemisphere. I guess we're in the Western Hemisphere. I guess it's Saturday in Australia. So yeah, we're. I guess Friday is a happy day. A day to look forward to Saturday and Sunday. Fart gun by back by popular demand, back by request, I guess. It's loud enough. It's a way to get a couple of giggles. And let's see what else I have in my bag. I have my bell. Where's my bell? There we go. I got my hotel bell. It's kind of a very, that's how you begin meditating, with the hitting the hotel bell. Some people use a bell very much like that when we used to meditate, or say our Buddha chants. It's pretty interesting to read Buddhist philosophy, also Christian beliefs, all these different religions out there that add to quality of life. It seems like the one that everybody follows is the golden rule, the do unto others, which makes a lot of sense. If you don't want to get slapped, don't slap anybody. I hear a lot of people getting slapped who shouldn't slap people. They're getting slapped back. I know, isn't that great? I'm almost there. I'm closer to 1,000. And then what happens? I keep hearing from different people what YouTubers get, you know. I guess I'll have that plaque. I think it's a silver plaque if you get 1,000 subscribers. And I'll be able to post it back here somewhere. It's kind of like they want it to be subliminal, I think. When you get that plaque, the honorary plaque that lets people know that you have arrived. Because I'm doing mostly advertising You know, because right now I'm not monetized yet, and so I got my Kingdom of Pets website and my covert hypnosis course. I've taken a few hypnosis courses, and I got certified as a hypnotist. I have the picture. I want to see how I can post my picture. I mean, the picture of my. It will. You know what? I'm getting a lot of people answering some of my questions and my humor. You know, I call my humor posts, like the jokes I make. People are killed by hippopotamuses. One guy kept a hippo as a pet, and the hippo killed him. So it's like people don't understand the wild, you know, creatures like chimpanzees and orangutans and bears, and you know, people try to make friends with wild animals like that, and it's like they only want to be fed. That's why they're being. How's it going? Well, cool. I'm glad. Who is it? Sammy was with me yesterday. I guess it's when it comes to orangutans, it's not good to have red hair because orangutans are aroused by red hair. And there was a poor guy who had a very bad experience with an orangutan. I like saying orangutan. They say that means old man of the forest. Orangutan. Also bears, you know. Did you see that goat video? There was a guy who was acting like a goat. He was actually grazing like a goat. He made himself a suit. He looked nothing like a goat. He had this, I guess, a bicycle helmet on. Oh, that dot, it's my wound, my battle scar. I My mother has these bags that are foldable for groceries, and I went to put one away, and I hit my head on the edge of a table. It's a square, it's not a table, it's a shelf. So I bumped my head on the shelf. I hit it pretty hard. I thought I was going to need stitches. It's like, wow, the table is right there. I don't know why I rarely bump my head on things, but I guess I just disregard certain solid objects. that one kind of, I'm okay. I think I am. It's good. I've been filming, I've been plugging away. So some of my posts that I made during and after that day, they have this cut on my head. I made a joke about it. It's the post that's called Parody. I think it's entitled Parody. I did that Johnny Cash song. Or I guess Johnny Cash did a cover for that song. Which was it? I forget which one it was. It says, I bumped my head today. That's how I got this cut. You know, I sounded more like Johnny Cash in the post. And so anyway, I think I'm okay. Yeah. I thought I was going to need stitches because sometimes I get a cut and when it opens like a little mouth or a little eye, then I'm glad it didn't happen that way because the last thing I need is to go get stitches because this is all they see in the post, you know, by put them. So that all kind of worked out. I just felt that bump and I go, really? And then my brother's wife bumped her head on a cabinet door. She left the cabinet door open and it knocked her glasses off. And that's what I hate is being hurt by an inanimate object, you know, because you can't hit back. And you know, it's usually your fault if you get hurt by a cabinet door. I call it being carnally aware. You know, you start to realize that you're in a body, a physical body. Because it's like, one time I hit a tree branch. because I guess this is up here is a blind spot. So you got more head left. You got, after your blind spot, there's more head. So more head on your forehead. So I hit a branch one time and it knocked me backwards. And chandeliers, I guess. What's nice is when you're not quite, when you're not as tall as most people, you can just walk right under things like that. You can walk right under branches and chandeliers. But I guess the taller you are, the more you need a helmet, you know, the more you need to watch out. Yeah, you can't hit back. You just boom, and it's like you're aware that you have a skull. You're aware that you can bleed from a cut in your head, and then that cut is like, it reminds you that you bumped your head a few days ago. But some people, they call it Munchausen's disease. It's like you hurt yourself so that you can get attention. I've heard that. Some people, like, they'll they'll injure themselves so that people will go, "Oh, what happened to you?" Yeah, they have a name for it, Munchausen's disease. And what's even worse is Munchausen by proxy. Some people harm their children so that they can take them into the doctor. You know, there was a pretty bad case of that one time. I think it was a morbid fact. Somebody kept hurting their kid so they could keep taking him into the hospital. So I'm glad I don't have that condition. It's like the less times I can get hurt, the better off I am. I guess that comes with being older, you know. Even when I was young, I'd hurt myself, you know, falling off of a bicycle. I was adjusting my brakes one time on my 10-speed bike, and I adjusted them a little too tightly on the front wheel. So when I applied my brakes, I flipped over the handlebars. So I'm glad nobody was there to see that. But it's like, it's good to hire a professional, somebody who knows how to, because remember on the 10-speed bikes, they have those brake cables. Oh, you're not the only one. My brother at his workplace, there's a lot of people that are coming up sick or becoming sick. My brother gets congestion really bad. I hear him hacking and coughing. And my mother, she got bronchitis. She got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. And so she had to keep taking some medication to clear up her congestion. Because I've had like the post-nasal drip. It's when your mucous membranes are overworking or overworked, and you start coughing because your sinuses are draining down into your throat and lungs. And then there's the congestion, which is the mucus is already in your lungs. So if you have to buy the right kind of medication. I like saline solution. I like to get a bottle of saline solution and squirt it up my nose, and it clears up the sinus, you know, all the sinus mucous membranes, I guess. But then for congestion, you got to get that decongestant. I guess Mucinex, where they have those ugly flubber-looking creatures that are supposed to symbolize your mucus. And then Theraflu. All right, well, you have a good day. I'm glad you came by. At least one of you come to chat for a while. So I hope you feel better. This is, I guess, cold and flu season. Some different kinds of flu. You're getting like flu type 2, flu type 1. I thought the flu was just the flu. And then there's viruses. I guess that's what my doctor told my brother. He had a virus that he had to just ride out. So I guess you just depend on your immune system. Slowly but surely you get over whatever you got. What I hate is allergies. Yeah. Well, it's good. It was wise for you to stay home. Because then you're not using your energy for other things. Sometimes it takes you, people get more sick because they show up to work and they try to get, they're using all that energy for work instead of getting better. You know, sleep is a really big help. Vitamin C. My mom has these vitamin C tablets. They're pretty big, you know, and you chew them up. Tastes like you're eating an old orange. And yeah, vitamin C. Echinacea, here's another good thing. Echinacea. There's all these things you can take to keep yourself well. What I hate is allergies, you know, like to pollen in the springtime, like pine tree pollen. Hello, egg. Yo. I guess we'll ring the bell each time somebody joins. You can ring my bell, ring my bell, my bell. I think I was Diana Ross. All right, get yourself a snack. I just ate some snacks. There was these nice dark chocolate treats that my mom brought home, and I ate them all. What's funny is there was this dietary candy back when I was younger. Back in the 80s, there was a diet candy. This channel is about, we're relaxing, I guess. We just talk about whatever comes to mind. We're talking about hi, how are you? Welcome to the party. I am having a live stream. I guess we just call it a stream. We're in real time. It's like me being on the space shuttle. You're seeing me from outer space. Outer space in a room at an undisclosed location where we just make noises. We make noises. We talk about whatever's on our minds. Hopefully recover from our sickness. You got to get down with the sickness. Isn't that how that song goes? Wasn't that on Zombieland? Come on, get down with the sickness. What I liked was Whom the Bell Tolls. I think that's the name. Metallica. For whom the bell tolls, time marches on. That's a pretty good riff. What song? Oh, that one that I guess is called For Whom the Bell Tolls. That's a really good rush. I like that. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Oh, the other one, Don't Tread on Me. Mostly Metallica songs. I like a good Metallica song. And then there's Rammstein. Du hast mich. There's another couple of Reise, Reise, Sieben Reise. That one. There was one, Heute treffe ich einen Herr. That's about cannibalism. It's about a guy who, the interpretation is, I have a meeting with the man. I have a meeting with a man. And it's about, hi, welcome. This is for all ages. If you look at the links in the description, One of them is Kingdom of Pets. Another one is hypnosis, covert hypnosis. What picture? What picture are you talking about? This one here? Now I'm curious. Try the one with me in the top hat. That reminds me of that song. Was it 9 Inch Nails? You ever watch that 9 Inch Nails video? I want to blank you like an animal. That sounds like Chris Hansen. Oh, the baby. I don't know. I don't know. You talk about Nirvana? Wasn't that Nirvana? They had the baby that jumps into the pool, diving for a dollar bill or something like that. I think I lost you. No, it's not. We will get to the bottom of this. What other songs do I like? Have you ever listened to... Oh, it's Blackface. Okay. Oh, you're talking about that picture. Okay. Okay. I thought it was something I did. That inspired me to learn some German when I was listening to Rammstein. Most of their songs are sung in German. You got your snack. Welcome back. So now we should have 3 people. We got Egg, we got Leaks. Egg, Leaks, and I missed the other one. What was that other one? Analog. Egg, Leaks, and Analog. So we will... So great, it's a party. It's a Friday party. I was thinking of what day. I guess I'll do them randomly. When I do my streams randomly, I seem to luck out. I seem to have pretty good luck. Just a random stream, because you never know who's going to be available at what times. I noticed I wanted to make mine at least 4 o'clock on Georgia time. I'm on Eastern Standard Time. So, so whenever I can be available. You think the racist left? I don't know. I think we should get to know each other more before we start to say such harsh words. Do a little research. I noticed there are a lot of commercials that were racist back in the 70s and earlier on. You ever watch? Yeah, guys. Yeah, guys. That sounds like something Cartman would say. Yeah, guys. Talking poo is where I draw the line. Who watches South Park? They've been going since the 90s. The 90s. So that's 23 years or more. This is 2024. I always like watching South Park whenever I'm in the hospital. Shut up, Egg. There we go. We have royalty. That kind of sounds like a storybook when they want you to turn the page. When you're listening to an audio book and it comes with a book and you're looking at the illustrations. I kind of like those when I was a little boy reading from storybooks. Turn the page. Or when I make this sound, turn the page. guess you guys are too young for Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers is a pretty cool guy. He was Fred Rogers. He would have the neighborhood of make-believe. Whenever you heard that, that meant the trolley was coming. The trolley is a train. They have some in San Francisco. I think they still have them. Even in Disneyland, I think they have some trolleys. Some of those trolleys run on electricity. Those really old ones were horsepower. They had horses that would pull the trolley through the town. It was like a one-car train. You ever watch Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat? You hate? You hate? What do you hate? I don't know. 1111? Is that the instead of 99? Well, you all caught it. You caught the joke. I guess everybody. Wow, why do we use that word so often? Ever since confirmed. A Nazi? Oh, okay, that's funny. What do you call a blind German? A Nazi? Leaks. That's what you don't want to call a plumber. You don't want to call a plumber leaks. Or a plumber who leaks. And then there's WikiLeaks. And then there are whistleblowers. I don't care, it's true. If you tell the truth, you never have to remember what you said. That's what Mark Twain said. If you tell the truth, you never have to remember what you said. 1/1 IGG. That sounds like a password. How come there's only one like up there? Does anybody like this show? Does anybody like this show? Calm down, bucko. Yo! Oh, okay. Wow, I don't think you could say that. Take it from Michael Richards. They say you can't, once you say a word, you can't take it back. So keep that in mind. They say be respectful, I guess. Wow. N-I. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on now. You're going to get yourself into trouble. Lil Bro. Let's keep this respectful. Bruh. I guess that person would have to get flagged. I'm kind of new to these streams. I've only been doing them for... That's right. Everyone should be accepted. Everyone should be allowed. You're 6? A 6-year-old? Wait, no blues on Friday. We need to play happy tunes. I know. He's got a lot of growing up to do. That could come back on you. Louis Armstrong? I don't know any Louis Armstrong. I'm gonna have to do some research. I just play random music of my own composing. I do my own composing because sometimes I could play a song. How's it? Welcome. Well, that's good. They say you got to stand for something. If not, you'll fall for everything. That was in Sucker Punch. You ever see Sucker Punch? I don't know. Somebody was, I guess he's 6 years old, and he needs to learn more about how to behave himself. I guess this show is for everybody, every age. So I guess some people are 6 years old. Yep. He said, I'm 6. So I guess that he's referring to his age. So we have to, I know, wow. Where did he hear it? Who taught him that word? Or how did he learn that word? Too much gangster rap? Generation Z? Yeah. Let's see, what was that? I missed it. See Brandon Rice? Oh, same Brandon Rice. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to find out how we can zero in on the people who are saying such things, because this is Eddie's Funhouse is a site for everyone. That's why I call it Eddie. Oh, he probably did. He probably got somebody, or everybody noticed him. So, yeah. I guess maybe later he could say sorry, sorry for using such language, for saying such words. Then if you welcome back into the fold, I guess it's different. I don't know. What do you call a dog that does magic? I'm about to learn. I got to see what pictures I can put back here. I want to put up some good pictures. I have some pictures that Abracadabror. Abracadabra means I create as I speak. I learned that a while ago. Abracadabra, it actually has a meaning. I create as I speak. So we need to be careful what we say. Be careful, little mouth, what you say. Uh-oh, Leaks is the 6-year-old. And he's offending people. How can we ban him? I don't know. Quit glazing. A. stop that. It'd be interesting to find out how you can, what did they call that? Omit? How you can lock out somebody? Click on him. That's right. I don't get mad, I get creative. So yeah, you could report him. I don't get mad, I just get clownish. Say the... Who was that? Well, we can go through the list, I guess, the chat list, and find out who is saying such things, just to get attention maybe. Somebody who is 6 years old, who has a, I guess, a racist picture. I never ran into this before. I never had this. Oh, you can, yeah, just report him. That's right. Maybe somebody who can click on his icon, or his, what's it, that, his logo. Because if you click on the logo, you can see the or even the post. I've noticed that when people put up a post, you can click on it and report them. You click on report. And then, I don't think I could do it on my end. Oh, okay. Maybe that's how that's the loophole. The fact that he's just spelling it out. Which I think is the same. Was it Louis C.K.? It just makes you say the word in your head. He said, oh, the N-word. Well, it's like, you just made me say the word in my head. Oh, okay. All right. So spend it. All right. So I'm getting, somebody is going to get in trouble. Somebody is going to PK, KB, KBA. Now we're starting to spell. This is a spelling test. So I guess somebody is being disruptive instead of kind and considerate. They're messing around. Skibbiting. Skibbity. Somebody did a skibbity kind of post. It was a video about Rob Ross. 100. Ain't gonna let you say it. Somebody clearly wants attention. I think that's what it is. Well, Leaks, we know who you are. So hopefully, I'll have to see if I can click on that particular, then you can put report. I know that if there's a video, you can click on that video and get report. But then it has a list of what category you're reporting. And you can put the one that suits that particular video. So we'll get you, my pretty. We'll get you, my pretty. Oh, I can't click on it. Okay, report. There we go. Report. Report. Unwanted. No. How to boost? Hate speech. There we go. All right. Well, I learned how to do it. Okay, so I guess that person is reported now. Don't care? Okay. Well, then you're going to get some messages. So now I know how to do it. I figured it out. So I guess saying the N-word is hate speech. Well, you'll find out. You will find out, my friend, because you've just been reported. That happened to me one time. Somebody said something. Okay, well then you don't do it again because that account will be reported. We'll get you, Mister or Miss, whoever you are, because you don't need to be saying a slur word, a racial comments. You're 6 years old. You'll probably learn. You'll probably learn. Yeah, I know. Wow. So hopefully he'll find better use of his time. Much better use of his time. So it looks like we got 3 people and only 2 likes. Yeah, that could be it too. Me too. I think it's just attention. Oh, you're a bad boy. You're a bad boy. Saying that naughty word. So anyway, maybe he'll thank us later. Or say maybe he'll have to say he's sorry. But clipped. That's right. In no time at all, you will be reported. Now I know I can do things on my end. It gives me a feeling of power. Gives me a feeling of, there we go. I guess what I need to do is, I have myopia, I think. I have to better, get my vision to work. My vision should be a lot better than this. There we go. There, now I don't have to squint. I really would hate to need glasses at this distance. I'll probably have to go get. It's different in a good way. Different as different, or different as, hey, that's different. I try to make this an interaction. I want to interact. It's not enough to just to post, you know. It's nicer to post and talk with people. Play some random notes. That is German. I wish I could read German. Guten Tag, wie geht's? I was taught it was wie geht es Ihnen, but people in Germany just say wie geht's. Ich heiße Ed. And then after that, they say Danke, gut, und Ihnen? Entschuldigen Sie. That's how you say excuse me. When you want somebody, if you want to be polite, Entschuldigen Sie. I think I'm saying it right. Entschuldigen Sie. Verstehen Sie Deutsch? Wunderbar! That's right. Have you heard that song, We're all living in America, America, it's wunderbar. I should put that on my community page. I think that's what you call it. When you come to a channel, you click on community. Come to the channel, come to my channel and click on community. You'll be able to see a lot of, there's some movies I have on there. Ja! Or ya, that's how you say it, ya. Ja is Jamaican. I think that's what they call God, Jah. Righteous Africa stands tall alone. Ja, very good. Ein Bier bitte. Dankeschön. I need to spend more time around German-speaking people so I can learn how to say things. Wer ist der Plaza? I know Gesundheit. Everyone knows Gesundheit, but they don't know what that means. It means health to you. I used to think it meant God bless you, but it's health. You're saying be healthy or something like that. Whenever somebody would, I'm still currently, I know, I can tell. You know how to type German also. I was checking your shorts and, oh, Leaks left a comment. Okay. Well, I'll have to see what that is. It'll pop up. Leaks is a naughty, naughty boy. Or I guess it's a boy. I don't think you're able to refer to genders anymore. You have to use pronouns. All these strange ways of referring to people. And clicked. And he's posted a video. Okay. Well, when they go back, when he gets reported, they'll just watch this video. They'll watch this video and realize that Leaks had typed in the N-word, and we don't put up with that. So I'll just have to erase that. Actually, you can do that. You can delete a post. So after this, I will be deleting that post. Well, once they investigate me, they'll see I'm not KKK. So that's an accusation, which is defamation of character. So now he's just up the ante. If someone accuses you of being a racist, you know what? When they look at his posts, they're going to realize that. So what I'll do is my short, I'll say there's a guy named Leaks out there that typed in the N-word on one of my live streams, and everybody saw it. So we'll just have to see. I don't want to become a lightning rod for this kind of behavior. People coming onto my show and doing such things. Have you heard that song Zona? It was Ein, zwei, vier, 12, 6, 7, 8. You know how the gat being? Yep, I know the gat. It has to do with the derriere or your butt. The gat. I made a stream, not a stream. What was it called? I did a short about the gat. Did you see that? That what? That gat. And I got quite a few views on that. They'll know that I'm not racist. They'll know that I'm not Ku Klux Klan. All they have to do is watch this video. And Leak is going to not be here anymore. At least not on this platform. So I see a number 1 there. I wonder how many people are logged on who are large and in charge. Rollbox. I think somebody was mentioning Rollbox. I'm just dedicating a lot of time to my YouTube channel because this is basically, I'm going to be a full-time content creator. So that way I can reach out to the people, promote my websites. Two of my websites are in the description. If you're interested in training your pet, and caring for your pet, or if you're interested in hypnosis, I have that website also. So yeah, I'll keep this going and let it grow, become a content creator. So I got two people. What do you guys see? Sometimes people see a different, all right, I gotta go eat and take out my dogs. I'll tune back in later. All right, I'll try to do this for a little longer. I let my hunger rule me, so maybe it's been an hour so far. So if I get hungry enough, I'll just have to end end the stream, because I gotta eat today. I had no breakfast, so I had to have breakfast for lunch. So tomorrow might be even better. That's kind of mediocre. I gotta think of something more cheerful. A little dancing music. Hey, Scrap! Hey, Scrappy!
Saturn time.
It's Saturn time. On a Venus day. Friday is a Venus day. That's my app you hear. My app lets me know each of the planetary hours. The hell was this drama? Oh, there was drama? Well, some guy named Leak decided to type in the N-word and spell it out. So I reported that person, and so he's going to have to be careful if he starts another account not to do that again, because we're supposed to follow guidelines, and you can't type in the N-word, and you definitely can't accuse people of being racist. So anyway, that about sums it up. I guess I don't want to become a lightning rod for that stuff. It's just not right, especially in this day and age. We should accept people. Let me know if you like my harmonica music. I try to do it to break up the monotony. I can see Egg saw he was racist as... I know! She spotted it. Whoever Egg was had a bionic eye. Had an all-seeing eye to spot the racist. I know. She saw it right away. Because she said, that picture is racist, and I didn't know what she was referring to. And then I looked at the picture, because sometimes I only read the posts or the text. And then, yeah. So I guess this is the end of leaks. So we'll have to detect the next person to see how things will manifest. The end of leaks, that's right. You saw it here on Eddie's Funhouse. Eddie's Funhouse, we spot the leaks. We have racist spotters, people who spot them. And it's not like Tosh.0, you know. He made a whole series on that. Is it racist? That's right. Today is the day. Was it January 26th, 2024? January 26th, 2024, Captain's log. We spotted a racist. And we dispatched him. We dispatched him with extreme prejudice. Pardon the pun. That's kind of funny. We dispatched the racist with extreme prejudice. Then we're going to see the scammer. We're going to see at. That's right. Who knows? Maybe we'll make the news. Spot the racist. And we spoke a little German. Ich verstehe nur ein bisschen Deutsch. Now somebody will be correcting me on my German. They did that with Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock and Leonardo DiCaprio. There was some videos of them speaking German and their reaction to it. Antagonist, that's right. He is an antagonist. I was learning that, the antagonist and protagonist. I guess we are the protagonists. We got to tag in something. Whether you're antagonist or protagonist. I like playing those notes. There was a note they say summons the devil. There was 3 guitar strings, I guess. It goes dong, dong, dong. Those 3 notes. And notice doorbells. They go dong, dong, dong. But it's if you play it with guitar. I think it was an Ozzy Osbourne song. Dong, dong, dong. Those 3 notes are supposed to summon the devil. It's interesting how people think and believe. The things that they think and believe. They react like don't open an umbrella in the house. Carry a rabbit's foot. Or what are some other things? Throwing, yo, sup, dude? So Hunter's here, Scrap's here. And I guess Arthur will be here maybe, I don't know. So I guess this is a perfect time. We just dispatched a racist with extreme prejudice. I'm going to make a short that says that. At Eddie's Funhouse, why was a kid saying, I know, you're not the only one that's wondering that. I guess they don't really fully understand. That's why you have to be 18 to sign papers. You have to be 18 to decide on something or give consent. You can't really give consent unless you're 18. In some places. And then there's Kinderbeer. Some places, if you can reach the beer on the bar, then you're old enough to drink. Another place I heard, oh wow, Scrap went on a date. Good, I hope. It's been a while since I've been on a date. I guess I've been really busy doing really busy stuff. Oh, okay, so that's how it went. I can understand. Ich verstehen. Nicht gut. Niet хорошо. That's how they say it in Russian. Niet хорошо. Come on. Oh, you're trying to... Come on, tell us. Here we talk about everything. When I put away my instruments, we all listen. We all try to understand. Shut up, Hunter. Shut up, Hunter. Beavis and Butthead, there was a new movie made of Beavis and Butthead Go Outer Space or something like that. Beavis and Butthead in Outer Space. The other movie was Beavis and Butthead Do America. That was another popular show back in the 90s. Fart it out. Fart it out. Come on, tell us. Fart it out. Come on, dude. Fart it out. That's what we could do. We could talk about our... That's not a dwarf. That's as tall as I am. Watch out for chandeliers. That's funny how it says 0 and there's two people talking to each other. It says 0. Imagine that. Now it says 1. I guess, what do I have to do for a bathroom break? I guess what I have to do is just say, I'm going on a bathroom break. Just because. 6'9"? Wow. I'd be looking at your neck. I'd be staring right at your neck at 6'9". Yes, it does. How tall is God? I guess you have to be pretty tall to manipulate the planets, to cause rain, to stop someone from dying. I guess you have to be pretty big to be omnipresent, omni-knowledgeable. What's interesting is how small computer chips are now. There's so much information that could go into a tiny little chip. And the chips are getting smaller too. I think I need to sit here with a jug in case I get thirsty. I'll call it my thirsty jug. So we talked about Munchausen by proxy. Yeah. Oh, that was a brave move. Some people usually ask for the number first. Ha ha! For some reason, I'm thinking about Jennifer Love Hewitt. Does she look like Jennifer Love Hewitt? Does anybody remember Jennifer Love Hewitt? She was the Ghost Whisperer. I think she was in Party of Five. She's in one of the movies on my community page. It's called the Shortcut to Happiness. That's a good movie. You got to see it. You'll have to scroll down for a while. Because he's a private guy. Some people are private guys. They don't kiss and tell. I don't always kiss and tell. Because then they call it bragging. I think they call it bragging when you kiss and tell. Wish me love a wishing well, kiss and tell. Underneath the sycamore tree. Wish me love a wishing well, kiss and tell. A wishing well of blood of butterfly tears. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm remembering that song. An acrobat? Is that a new kind of insult? Acrobat? Is that how you spell acrobat? That sounds like a punchline, acrobat. An acrobat. What do vampires use at a baseball game? An acrobat? I don't know. I'm trying to think of a joke to make out of that. Acrobat. What kind of bat does backflips? An acrobat? How's that? That's a good one. I made that up. I made that up just now. What kind of bat does backflips? An acrobat. That sounds like a dad joke. Hey, buddy. What kind of bat does backflips? An acrobat. He can flick. Oh, wow. So he's got some talent. Bro's got talent. You ever watch those respect videos? People doing amazing feats. One guy threw a bottle into a hole. There was a post that had a hole in it. And the guy threw a bottle, looked like a Mountain Dew bottle, and stuck the bottle into the hole. He's an acrobat. I guess I got some kind of an itch on my nose. Shut up, dwarf. I guess you could read these posts. I don't need to read the posts. Do they call that a ball busting? A good-natured ribbing? We're all up for a good-natured ribbing. You ever watch Tim and Eric? Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job. Absolutely. I used to watch them religiously. I was on Adult Swim. And what they do is they archive them. I used to watch all the archived Tim and Eric because I didn't stay up until 12. I think it was 11:30 or 11 o'clock for Adult Swim. I have a lot of Tim and Eric videos. John C. Reilly did some Tim and Eric videos or skits. I guess they do sketch comedy. Patton Oswalt was also on Tim and Eric. Michael Gross. I met Michael Gross, or saw him. I saw him. He said hi. The guy who played, he was in Tremors. You ever watch the movies Tremors? About these desert worms or sandworms? No, you can't. I think that word is tired now. Bro. No, because the other person got bumped off. The other person who said the N-word. I mean, you're black. Now, you guys are making me nervous. I guess I don't know. I'm curious to see what Leaks posted. Leaks, I don't think is going to be a YouTuber for long if he's saying bad words. A lot of people get in trouble for saying the N-word. I can check. So I guess the more they investigate... Oh, you can check what he posted? Yeah. Well, he won't be there for much longer. If he posted, then... you know what? That's going to make people investigate, won't it? People will look at my latest stream, and they will see what happened. And that will be called a retaliation. That person leak. Leak is going to leak if he's not careful. So yeah. I'll just have to make a post. Make a short saying, look at my latest stream and see what you think. Did Leak get what he deserved? Oh yeah? Well, you got to consider the source, I guess. That's what I always remember. Consider the source. Because why would he? Wow, that's hard. That's going to be hard on him. He's only 6 years old. He's only six. At least that's what he said. He might be a lot older. Spreading hatred. He came on my show to spread hatred. So we dispatched a racist with extreme prejudice. That makes me laugh when I say that. It sounds like an oxymoron. We dispatched a racist with extreme prejudice. Or at least somebody who says such things. So we will see. So everyone has left, because I see a 0. And 5 likes. I like the likes. That'll bring a lot of attention to my station, won't it? To my channel. You're here? Okay. You're a new one. So you got Scrap. Yeah, who else would put blackface? That's pretty ballsy. Does anybody use that terminology anymore? That's pretty ballsy. That's pretty. Could be true. Well, you all saw it here. Well, then I guess he's justified. I know, yeah. Because their doctrine is different. You know, like the 1860s, even during the 60s. Because 1968 was when Martin Luther King, before 1968, yeah. Because 1968 was when Martin Luther King was assassinated. But he pushed to have all that, you know, the discrimination, to have the discrimination abolished. So yeah, I know my history. So yeah, it was back when I was born. I was born in 1968. And the little time before that, it was in the 50s, it was really hard. That could be, yeah, why else would he post stuff like that? He's being influenced. And it's harder for kids because kids, especially if their parents, you know, their parents are influencing them or can have an impression on them, whether positive or negative. So yeah, I feel sorry for a kid, especially when they look up to their parents and their parents indoctrinate them in such a way. Satire, that could be it. They say there's no such thing as bad publicity. I guess. But it's better not to have bad publicity. So I guess people will know. Don't come on to Eddie's Fun House and start typing in words that are offensive, because we don't tolerate that. I guess we'll call it zero tolerance for anything like that. Zero tolerance. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. That was RoboCop. The Peter Weller. I like the Peter Weller RoboCop. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. We don't tolerate racism. Zero tolerance for racism. We will step on your head. That used to be a punishment. Did you know that? Oh, so he probably, okay. Yeah, that could be it. So he's been de-rezzed. Isn't that what they say on Tron? You ever watch Tron? I guess there was an Tron was made back in the 80s, the first Tron. You will be de-rezzed. Or de-rizzed? You'll be de-rezzed. Because you no longer exist as a program in the computer. Oh yeah. I like those motorcycles. I used to pretend like when I was a kid, I would pretend like I was on one of those motorcycles. I would get on my 10-speed bike and I would ride real fast. Okay. Well then I guess along with his post or his comments, that didn't take long at all. I thought it would take a while. So he will be our Lex Luthor. He'll be our, he'll be our antagonist. He'll be our Joker, the Joker that we're dealing with. Leaks. We'll see what he goes by next. What alias will he use? I've heard that about criminals. Criminals usually use many aliases. They'll have different names that they use. That's usually how I could tell somebody is shady. With a real shady, please stand up. That was a... That could be it. Yeah. But then they get publicity. There's no bad... I guess there's no downside to good publicity. Some people are getting... That's right, in the shadows. But then when the light is shined on them, they get nervous, don't they? When we shine a light, won't you shine a light? Hoo, 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 hoo. That's an Elton John song. Would you? That's right. He's a shapeshifter. He is he shows his true form. We pull the wool off of our eyes. That's a biblical term. Oh no, wolf in sheep's clothing. That's the one. A wolf in sheep's clothing. That's not a sheep. That's a wolf. But I'm sure that's a real term. Pull the wool over your eyes. Put in the comments where that came from. Have you tried to pull the wool over my eyes? I know when you're dead, they pull the sheet over your eyes. They cover your face with a sheet. Because people look kind of gross when they're dead. There's a mortician that has a channel. I have a picture of her face in my head, but not... I don't really know. I think back in the 30s, the 20s, blackface was used to depict black people, and it became very offensive. Because that's one thing that's not tolerated, you know. People don't use blackface anymore. There's a lot of symbology, you know. You have to be careful of your symbology. Somebody got in trouble for a noose. They displayed a noose and they got in trouble. That could be it. Yeah, it'd be interesting to do some more research. Because there's some laws that were changed because of all the anti-discrimination laws Because you don't. I remember that in the 70s, whenever they would advertise a job, we don't discriminate due to race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. So I guess that covers a lot of people because you can't discriminate, you know. That was one of the things that Martin Luther King had had carved out, which is good because then people are treated like they should be. Because there's some things you just can't help, you know. So why should you get discriminated against because of something you had no control over? I think a lot of people should be protected. So anyway, that's something to think about. Wow, that turned into something today. Usually my shows are pretty mediocre. We just have some chats. I eat some snacks and play some instruments. So it looks like we got 4 people now. I notice people just like to watch, and that's okay. Sometimes they find the station or this channel. It's called a channel. My YouTube channel. And we talk about stuff. I try to learn more. This is my university. All right, well, I'm glad you came by. It's always good to see you. Better get going. Head off to your class and hopefully you make it there safely. Hope you'll learn something that you can share with us. Tell us. Okay. Oh, yes, Sun Tzu. I took a big interest in Sun Tzu. The Art of War. Know yourself and know your enemy. And in 1,000 battles, I think that's how it's said. When your enemy retreats, you advance. When your enemy advances, you retreat. There's a lot of mafioso sayings too that are kind of like that. When you lure a snake out of its hole, don't use your own hand. That's a good philosophy. That they'd say that's good in business also, learning the art of war. It'd be nice to have a tutor while you're reading that book. I know there's a lot of stuff I didn't fully understand. The Art of War. It was interesting how that book started. You know, Sun Tzu was, he wanted to demonstrate that he could lead an army, and he got some women together, and the women were joking around, so he got their compliance by cutting off their heads. And then everybody started following his instructions after that. It's been a while since I've heard the story of Sun Tzu. But they say that's why the Vietnamese were so successful, because they went by those. It also goes into spies. Spies are very important in war. Spies and deception. They used a lot of deception during the Second World War. They had these inflatable tanks to make the enemy think that that there were tanks advancing. They actually played recordings of tanks. And then, oh yes, information. Knowledge and information. Yeah, because that's a carrier pigeon. There was, I think it was the First World War, a carrier pigeon saved the lives of a lot of soldiers because of the message it was carrying. Also, there was a Russian soldier who erred on the side of caution. He thought there was going to be a nuclear attack, and he decided not to have the nuclear attack, and that saved a lot of lives. Yeah, isn't that interesting? It's all about strategy. You can save so many lives and so much money by having a good strategy. Sometimes it's psychological, psychological warfare. Like in they had leaflets that showed the enemy how to fake being sick, and a lot of people were follow. A lot of the enemy was going along with that. So what was bad was they were sending soldiers into battle who were actually sick because they thought they were faking being sick. Also, diseases. What the Spanish flu? The Spanish flu wiped out a lot of soldiers. It's like a lot more people died of the Spanish flu than ever in war or during the war. Also, they used to play spooky, like disembodied voices in Vietnam. They would, I guess, go into the forest and they would blast these like disembodied voices, and it would scare the enemy. So it's like, wow, that's an interesting strategy. Scare your enemy instead of shooting them up. Just make them very paranoid and afraid. Because they were into, a lot of countries are into the supernatural. And then there was tsunamis. Oh yeah, have you heard about those tsunamis that hit Japan? There were some ghosts that were getting into cabs. There were ghosts that would just sit there in cabs and tell them stories, and then they would disappear. So I guess there's yeah, that's an interesting experience. Or if you're an Uber driver and somebody gets into your car and they start talking to you for a little while and then they disappear, you realize it was a ghost. You just gave an Uber to a ghost. So I guess you're pretty well read in warfare, hearing stories. It's always nice to hear what are they called, those first-hand experiences. I like to have my brother on one day. He could tell some stories about when he was in Afghanistan. He was in Afghanistan, and his bunker was being shelled, and people were cheering. It's interesting how people get different mindsets. They start to get I guess their mindset changes, and yeah, see, he was telling me a lot of stories, a lot of things that he saw. He was not in the action so much. He was more near the base, and he said it was really scary having those rockets go off because I guess people would find out where the base was and they would try to rocket the bases. Also, he would talk about the different people that came up for help, the condition they were in, and so yeah, that was quite an experience. What I hate is the post-traumatic stress, the things that they go through, because I guess the human body isn't made for warfare, especially hearing hearing explosions, because they say smells and loud noises are what the most common things that traumatize people, because they actually have bombs that stink really bad. They were doing psychological studies about, um, I guess, riots, how to control riot control, because they have these flash bang grenades. That's all they do is just make a loud bang, and it discombobulates people. They use like, okay, pepper spray, a lot of pepper spray, and shields. They have strategies for that too. I was watching a video about that. People showing people what it's like to have Molotov cocktails thrown at them. Molotov cocktail. I think that's how you say it. Made by Molotov, I guess. And they actually had them all lined up like Romans. These shields are the size of a Roman shield. And they're made out of this really strong plastic. And yeah, I guess it's shatter resistant plastic or something like that. But they showed all these guys and how they are supposed to react to being on fire. Because I guess people, when there's riots, people throw stuff like that. You think it'd be enough just to have rocks and bottles, and people can get really badly injured in a riot. Like the Watts riot, the Rodney King riots. There's been a lot of riots, especially in Chicago. And I just glad I'm not near any of that. Oh yeah, I know. Sometimes it's at a rugby game. Sometimes it's at just games, you know. People, the crowd, oh my God, that would be horrible. Because you can't really do anything except for be smashed or stomped. People are squashed up against chain link fences. It's like all you can do is nothing. You know, just this crowd loses control, and especially if they're trying to get away from something, some kind of you know, horrible situation. They're fighting really hard to get away from that situation, and it's like I don't like crowds like that. I guess they call that agoraphobia, fear of marketplaces. Yeah, I guess you could get kind of nervous in a lot of people. Watch your pockets. People might try to pickpocket you. People might try to grope you if you're an attractive person. Hey, somebody just groped me. Or celebrities. I hear people tear off clothing. They'll tear their clothing off. They'll grab their hair so they can have a piece of them. It's amazing how people behave around celebrities. That's why they have security guards and bodyguards, you know. Bodyguards have to be on alert. They have to really be watching. And also routes, you know, like if they want to take somebody to their car, they have to plan a route. They called it executive protection. There was a guy I knew who would teach bodyguards. I know, it's weird how people form a relationship with somebody they never met just by watching them in a movie, just by meeting them one time. Sometimes the first impression can have a really big impact on someone. You know, somebody could really not like you if they catch you on a bad day. Or sometimes you just nod at them. You do a nod or say, hi, how you doing? Then they go, oh my God. You know, give somebody a hug or something. A lot of times all they're able to do is slap hands. You know, they'll all get in a line and the guy will walk by and slap their hands. Because otherwise they'll grab you, you know. People just have that effect on people, you know. It's like, I just want to, you know, I'm just trying to make a living here. You know, I'm known because I was in a movie or in a couple of movies. And then people realize that they're mortal, you know. They're just like everybody else. They cry, they laugh, they get hungry, they go wee wee. Yeah. I remember being a really big Ozzy Osbourne fan. Or just, usually it was bands for me. Def Leppard, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, a lot of them, you know, during that time. During my time, back in the 80s was when I was in high school. Ronnie James Dio. Most of those guys aren't alive anymore. I know Ronnie James Dio is not alive anymore. I guess Ozzy Osbourne. I get he's talking about not playing anymore. It's amazing how many albums I bought. I still have an Iron Maiden album. Also, like Insane Clown Posse, becoming a Prince of Darkness. That's right. That's how he got that. I'm the Prince of fucking Darkness. He was, somebody else called him that. He didn't proclaim himself the Prince of Darkness. I remember watching the Osbournes, watching how their family worked together. Gene Simmons had another one. Yeah, I forgot the name of his show. Him, his wife, and his daughter, and his son. I like Kiss too. I remember when I was in elementary school watching Kiss. I never went to a Kiss concert, but I remember watching the movie, that Kiss movie. I was made for loving you, baby. Were you made for loving me? The one that is, I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. I remember that. It was like Gene Simmons, he was the demon. Then there was like Star Child and Peter, Paul, or Gene, Peter, Chris. I just remember that. Always talking about how he spit up blood on stage. I guess he bit into a blood capsule or something like that. But it was all really good showmanship. Then there was a Kiss Army. I remember that. The Kiss Army. And then Prince came out. I remember hearing a lot of Michael Jackson when he had his Thriller album. That one really, I guess you could say that was viral. The Thriller, yeah. Creatures crawling in search of blood to terrorize the neighborhood. That was Vincent Price. He actually got Vincent Price to do some of the words. Another one was Sting. Those were back when I was a little boy. I'll always be king of pain. There's a king on his throne with his eyes torn out. There's a blind man looking for a shadow to doubt. I remember hearing that on the radio. We had to wait for a song to come on the radio if we wanted to hear a song. And then we had our tape players ready. When the song would come on, we'd turn on our tape player and that would record the song. Now it's like those, the MP3 players. Those were a thing for a short while because it was CDs and then it was MP3 players. You could put whole albums. You could put multiple albums on an MP3 player. I still have some MP3 players. I like to charge one up. You have to rip the CD and put the material or you have to put the content into the MP3 player. I have a waterproof MP3 player. So I guess if I'm swimming or out in the rain, I can still hear music. Now it's all your phone. You know, what's cool is on YouTube, you can type in any song. You know, any song you want to hear, censored or uncensored. That's what I like, is like Marilyn Manson. The beautiful people, the beautiful people. It's all relative to the size of your steeple. Can't see the forest for the trees. Can't smell your own shit on your knees. There's a time to discriminate. It's cool to listen to the uncensored version. get to hear all the dirty words. That Nine Inch Nails song is pretty graphic too. I wanna F you like an animal. Those are all 90s songs. Those people are my age. Marilyn Manson is my age. Tom Green is my age. It's like, wow, all those people I watched in the 90s, they're all growing up the same time I am. I am whatever you say I am. So are you from the 90s? Did you grow up in the 90s? I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, so I got to see most of that. Before the turn of the century, I remember that was what the thing that scared people the most is the Y2K. Right at the year 2000, they thought all the computers were going to start crashing or something was going to happen, and it never happened. Oh, okay, so I guess they call them millennials, because I was Generation X, and then there's the millennials. I guess Generation Y or something like that. Oh yeah, I was born in 1968, so 2 years of the 60s, 68, 69, and then I grew up in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. There were no covered wagons, but there were, the roller skates changed, I remember that. And I watched, like, from the 8-track tape player to the cassette player, records. They're going back to records now, or they have for a while. The vinyl, I guess people are demanding vinyl now, because vinyl went by the wayside for a while, and then they're starting to ask for it back. I remember that, watching the vinyl records come back on the shelves, and people learning how to use record players. My mother has a record player. Those are pretty rare now. I don't think you could just go into a store and buy a record player. 8-track tapes, they were pretty big. They were all tapes, yeah. Then there was reel-to-reel before that. I don't think anybody even knows what those are anymore. They're probably in museums now. Reel-to-reel tapes. And then that's what a cassette tape is. It's basically a small reel-to-reel. It's all kept in a little plastic container. I remember a lot of those. I had a lot of cassette tapes. Oh yeah, it sounds. There's a certain sound to it also. They like I guess CDs. You can play those forever because nothing touches the CD. It's all like laser. It interprets, according to what's on the CD. But the record, it's scratching. I guess you have to be careful how many times you use a record, because it's. I remember that they used to say it was a diamond. There was a diamond in the for the needle. You put the needle on there and it spins around. They used to have record players that you had to turn a crank. I think in the 1800s or the 20s, they had that big. Was it? It was a funnel kind of thing, and you had to turn the crank to generate the movement, and then you could put the record on it, and then on the turntable. Now all of them are electric. They have electric turntables. Well, it's been good talking to you all. I guess there's 2 people here now. So I guess this is goodbye. It's Friday. I think now it's time to start cooking my chili dogs. And so I'll probably do this. Oh, okay. So you know Big Cameraman? So you're just joining us, I guess. Be sure to check out my links in the description. My Kingdom of Pets and my hypnosis. Oh, okay, okay. So you're just now joining. Used to be big speaker man, now you're big cameraman. So you've been switching it up lately? So I guess this is goodbye for tonight. It was really fun talking to you all. This is the most people I've had on any stream. We also had a somebody who tried to crash us. So I guess if you're going to be here tomorrow, I'll be here tomorrow around this same time. I'll try to do it around 3:30. See you around. It was good talking to you all. Have a good day